show tonight, this webinar, is going to be about the magic of Moldavite. And my co-host, Miss Martha, is going to sit in on it with me too, and she can add her 2 cents. I'm sure you've got some good things.
Oh, Martha.
Oh, do you remember Greg?
Yeah. Hey, Greg.
That's my grandmother's name. I love that name.
Oh.
She was just
calling you my grandmother.
My grandmother's name too.
But do you have Moldavite?
I do.
Okay, good. She can talk about her experience with it. So the magic of Moldavite, the crystal energy, and the mystery of the Moldavite rush. What Moldavite is, it is a stone like you've never experienced before. If you are a crystal lover, a gem collector, you might already have this in your collection. If you don't, you're going to want to know about it. And we're going to put some pieces and some pictures up of Moldavite as we go through this half hour. If it's possible, we may be able to take a couple questions if time permits. But Moldavite is a stone that can alter your consciousness. It raises your vibration and it makes you feel a buzz. Probably the first time that you hold it, there'll be a buzz or a warmth in your hands. Do you remember the first time that you touched it? Can you remember back then?
There was a lot of change going on in my life at the time, so I was excited for the change. So when I held the Moldavite, I was just really more conscious of waiting for the changes to come, which
what it's going to bring you.
Yes.
And we're going to ask her about that in a second. But Moldavite is not from the earth. You know how all of our gemstones and our crystals, they may grow in the hot springs of Arkansas, or they may come from Brazil. Moldavite is not from the earth. It was actually formed when a giant meteorite made impact with the earth about 14.8 billion years ago in what is now what we call the Czech Republic. That's the only place in the world that you can find it and where it's mined. And the mines are drying up. And the Moldavite is becoming much, much more expensive than it has been even 2 or 3 years ago. You know, I was at the Tucson Gem Show in February, and a friend of mine that owns a jewelry store had said, I couldn't even get my hands on any Moldavite. I was lucky because I was there early at the Gem Show because it's so expensive. But anyway, the impact of the meteorite against the surface of the earth was so intense that the pieces of debris from the meteorite solidified with sand. And after cooling, it transformed into this green glass. So whenever a crystal is formed by this creation, it's known as a tektite. Now, you've probably heard of tektite before, right? Have you heard
of it?
Usually a meteorite, but it's pretty amazing. You know, holding such a thing. I have Moldavite on right now. These are faceted Moldavite beads. This is very expensive, and this is the first piece of Moldavite that I was ever introduced to. I'm going to tell you my story in a second. But most of its contents, except for the sand, came from somewhere up there, somewhere from outer space. And after being hurled toward the earth at unbelievable speeds before crashing into the earth, and creating this stone. Can you just imagine that you're wearing, that you're carrying the energy of that impact, of that stone, that energy from up there, from outer space? So not everybody can feel crystal's energy. Like, you know how sometimes I'll tell you, oh, feel this, Martha, do you feel anything? Maybe cold in your hand or you don't feel anything. Mm-hmm. But with Moldavite, there's something special about it. And everybody that has it will feel something, whether you feel an intensity, a warmth in your hand, or whether you feel just like a light little prick. But when a person is new to the magic of crystals, Moldavite will have this energy, this rush of energy, and it's called the Moldavite rush. You might feel flushed, you may feel overwhelmed. It's an unbelievable feeling. Now, if you're used to crystals and you've been working with crystals all the time, you may not feel that Moldavite rush as intensely. If you're psychic, if you're an energy healer, you will definitely feel the energy, but it's known as the Moldavite rush. So when you feel the rush, it's not like anything you've ever felt before. Like I said, some people are going to start to feel warm, their hands start to tingle. The Moldavite almost feels alive on your skin, on your hand. And some people feel very lightheaded, some people feel dizzy, some people maybe even feel nauseous. And it depends on how you're exposed to crystal energy. And everybody's experience with crystals are different. My story was, I went down to the lapidary over here on St. Philip, I actually bought my Moldavite here from my friend that owned the jewelry store. And this is the piece that I got. Now, when we went to Tucson, this is faceted Moldavite. When we went to Tucson Crystal Show, these were like $900 for this necklace. I did not pay that. I still paid a lot, but he gave me a good discount. But I'd always heard about Moldavite, and I thought, you know what? When I'm ready for it, I'll know. And you know how you are. I think I need that stone. I'm drawn to that. You'll know. So I felt like I'm going to go ahead and do that. Get this. I'm ready for change. So I bought the necklace, walked out of the store, and I didn't even get down to Charter Street. I mean, just basically up the block. And I felt like I was coming out of my body. I felt like I was lifting out of my body, because Moldavite will change your vibration. It'll uplift you. I started wearing Moldavite immediately, and I felt different. About the sky was bluer. Everything in the world was okay. I loved everybody. It was like kind of an eerie feeling, but it was unbelievable how I felt. You're supposed to wear Moldavite when you first get it for 3 days straight. And if it's too much energy and you can't sleep, you take it off and you leave it by your nightstand when you go to sleep. We had a friend named Amy who put the Moldavite on, and she went right to sleep. She couldn't stay awake. So it affects people differently. I haven't heard of a lot of that. Wow. But I had a dream that night. They always say right when you get Moldavite, usually the first, second, or third night, you'll have an amazing dream. And I dreamt that Jesus came to me and said, you're on the right path. You're doing everything right. And I felt so wonderful when I woke up. So anyway, I was so excited about this necklace, and I was showing all the psychics, because we were having a psychic fair uptown, and they would put it in their hands and say, oh, we can feel it. We can feel it. So anyway, I got adjusted to the energy. It took me about 3 days, and I was working off a higher vibration, and I felt good. But Moldavite is good for change. And that's what Martha was talking about. Mm-hmm. The reason that you get Moldavite is because you need change in your life. But you cannot control how the Moldavite is going to work for you. You cannot control what people are texting me about the Moldavite. You cannot control what the Moldavite is going to do, because the Moldavite, what it does is it works for your highest good. It'll put you on your destined path. If you're a person that does not like change, and you do not like quick change, like a Taurus or a Virgo or a fixed sign, because you're double Aquarius. But Aquarius usually like change because they're ruled by Uranus, but they like to control how the change is happening. But if you're not a person that likes quick change, do not buy this product. Do not use Moldavite. But if you're a person that's open to it, you feel stagnant, you're ready for change, you need to be wearing this. It's an amazing piece. So how did you learn about it, that it brought in change? Through me? You, yeah. So you were reading the articles, and when you first had the Moldavite, what was the first thing that you remember happening?
That was 3 years ago, and my life has changed so much in the last 3 years, and so it's really hard for me to remember exactly what I was thinking at the time when I was holding it. I just know that I was ready for a change, and I needed it, and it happened. I needed to move out of my house. I didn't want to move out of my house, and
you didn't want to, but you needed to.
Yeah, it's time. It's time to move on, and the house where I was raising my kids and everything, and they were off at college, and it was time for me to make that next step in my life. And I said, I need that Moldavite, because I was holding on. I didn't want to accept the change. So
it'll help you.
I knew I needed to change, but I was afraid, and so I just needed that piece. And then I lost it. And you told me, you said, that means you're done, that you've completed what you needed to accomplish. So
that specific piece of Moldavite is done for you. It did what it was supposed to do. Maybe time to purchase another piece, maybe time to change it out. And a lot of times if you lose your Moldavite, it may be that it's meant for someone else to find it, so they can be helped with change. Okay. But Moldavite for me, as soon as I got it, within a month, I met my husband, Joe. Didn't know it was my husband at the time. I ended up with a syndicated radio show. I ended up moving. I eventually bought a local newspaper in New Orleans, and there was just so much change that I had to take it off and say, okay, I got to exhale. I got to get used to the new changes. And so then it kind of laid in my jewelry box. But the thing about Moldavite is once it's in your energy field, because it raises your vibration, the energy is still there. It may not be as intense if you're not wearing it all the time, but it does help you accept change. Now, I did have a lady that bought it for me, and she bought the necklace, the pendant. And she said, does Moldavite bring you bad luck sometimes? And I said, well, when did you buy it? And she says, well, I bought it, put it on, I lost my job the next day. I said, why don't you wait and see what's going to happen in a couple weeks? She wrote me back a couple weeks later and she said, I got a job closer to my house with more money and a better boss. So Moldavite will bring you what you need, and it will help put you on your destined path. And yes, it can create crazy out of this world changes. You can meet somebody unexpectedly. One lady that was thinking about getting a divorce for years and years finally got a divorce. And the Moldavite helped her and pushed her into that change. It'll create circumstances in your life. The reason it does is because your vibration is raised. So you look at things differently. You're more open to change. And when you match a different vibration, new opportunities can come into you. And remember, it's not of this earth. The Moldavite works off a much higher vibration. It's from somewhere up there. Okay, so the best thing to do is start off with smaller pieces and work up, or substitute your pieces once the piece has brought you all it can. And Greg's going to put up a picture of the raw Moldavite, and we'll see it with a light behind it probably. Whichever one he wants to put up is fine, because I want to give you a little tidbit of what this raw crystal looks like. This morning we got 100 pieces of Moldavite pendants in. Debbie had went down to the post office and got them, and they're set in silver. We have waited months to get these because the boats were not running, from Russia or the Czech Republic. And then we also have other things that are coming in from Europe and Russia that are still on hold because of the COVID. So here's some pictures of the Moldavite. As you can see, it's a beautiful green color. There's some faceted ones on the upper corner there, as you can see. And the Moldavite is getting very, very expensive. We were able to work with our dealer and cut out the middleman. So our pendants are $59. They're set in silver. And these are beautiful specimens of them. It will probably be about the size that you see in the tweezers there. The way to tell real Moldavite, because there's a lot of fakes out there. If anybody says African Moldavite, Chinese Moldavite, it is fake. Our Moldavite, I work directly with the man that works with the mines. And I've been working with him for 10 years. My Moldavite is real. I can guarantee it from him. And what you do is you need to hold the Moldavite up into a light, natural light or a light, and it has to be translucent. If it's not translucent, it's not real Moldavite. So if you have Moldavite that you're questioning, hold it up to the light. It needs to be translucent. If anybody orders a piece or a couple pendants, they're going to be getting tonight. The first 25 orders is going to get the Maria and Joe Show muzzle. We've designed of face masks, and these are adjustable. You can adjust them to fit your face. And there's a cute picture that Debbie Harden designed. So everybody's going to get a free face mask. The first 25 that order tonight. If you've already placed an order today, we will send you one, so you don't have to ask for it. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about Moldavite. It has a rich history. It's really been around and prized since the Stone Age as a spiritual talisman or an amulet of good fortune, fertility, and protection. It was found in the archaeological site of the Venus of Willendorf, which is the oldest known goddess statue and has links to the Holy Grail. So Moldavite, people say, well, what is it good for? Besides bringing in change, and sometimes quick and sudden change. It's good for counteracting if you're very skeptical, if you're depressed. It connects with, it'll help you connect again. Sometimes we feel disconnected from life. We've all been there. We just going through the motions. We feel very disemotion, no emotions. This helps you get reconnected because it raises your vibration. It helps erase doubt. Even when the cause is unknown of your doubt. If you say, I don't know why I'm sad. I don't know why I'm upset. I don't know why I'm anxious. Because again, it lifts your vibration. It calms worries about money by providing solutions that may not have been there before. So I have had people that said, yes, it's brought me a new opportunity. So when you didn't want to move, but you knew you had to, where'd you end up? What happened? You opened your own business, didn't you?
I did. Yes, I did.
And a very successful business.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at right now. I have my new business. My life is totally different, and I'm really happy. Very happy.
Good. She's in a good place, in a very good place. You want to wear your Moldavite pendant between your throat and your heart chakra. It's going to work the best if it's right around here. I had a gal that ran the door for us at our psychic fairs, Kim, up in Michigan, and she was selling Moldavite several years ago at one of our tables, and I called her out and I said, Kim, you've got your Moldavite on, you just bought it. I said, how's it working for you? Expecting her to say, oh, it's been wonderful. She says, well, I've had it now for 2 weeks and nothing's happened. Nothing. I've been trying to get a new job. Nothing's happened. So I said, Kim, where are you wearing that Moldavite at? She said, oh, I got it on a chain down here. I said, you need to wear it right here where it activates between the throat and the heart chakra to speak your truth and open up your heart chakra. Okay. And when you open up the heart chakra and balance that, it balances all the other chakras that up and down. It's wonderful. So it will stay in your energy field, even if you take it off. And then after a couple months and a couple weeks, then it will not be as intense. And then when you feel you need it again, you put it back on. But it affects and increases the incidence of synchronicity. That's one of the things that a lot of people say, oh my God, I was at the right place at the right time. I met the right person. The job opportunities opened up for me. Because after you started wearing it, you had a lot of people call.
Well, that's how I met Antonio.
So helpful
that was
people.
My started my business and a crewman that helped me. That he's gone now because I don't have my Moldavite. But that's how I met Antonio. I was wearing my Moldavite.
Yeah. And it'll bring helpful people into your path to help you on your destined path. Now, if you're a person, like I said, that doesn't like quick change and you're okay, then what you want to do is you want to wear labradorite. And labradorite, Greg doesn't need to put it up there, but labradorite is a stone that will work slower. It'll work over time. But if you're ready for big changes, they can happen as soon as you put it on because your vibration is raised. It could take a couple months. It can take a couple days. It can take a couple weeks. But you need to look for the synchronicities. As I said, some people may feel lightheadedness or they don't feel very grounded. That happened to me. If you feel like that past the 3 days, then you may want to wear some red jasper with it or hematite. But usually it's the first 3 days that you have to get used to the energy. I would not recommend that you start wearing the stone and then you go to work. Because if you feel ungrounded, you should wear it maybe like when you're going to be off work Friday, Saturday, Sunday or something. And when you're not, the first 3 days, you need to kind of be more relaxed, not doing too much because you need to get acclimated up. It's a useful stone for star children and sensitive people like psychics and healers who find it difficult. And this is very important. Listen to this. People that find it difficult to be on the earth plane in their current incarnation. You know, the world can be very, very hard sometimes. And sometimes people say, I don't know how I got dropped here. I really shouldn't be born in this century. This world is too hard. It's too much. This is a perfect stone for the sensitive types and the empaths that are having a difficult time in the incarnation on the earth. And those people that cannot adjust and can never get used to suffering and deep emotions. So if what's going on in the world right now and you feel all the suffering and all the pain and all the hatred and all the energies, this is a stone that will help soothe some of that. So placed on the heart between the throat and the heart chakra, Moldavite uncovers the reasons and the purpose to why you're here. So Martha, it shows in her astrology chart that she is supposed to work with the earth and she's supposed to own her own business. And intuitively, she's supposed to work with the earth and spiritually. And so what do? So people that are just tuning in, what is your job?
I do garden design for people. And so I meet with people, they tell me their needs, and I come up with the design for them, including plants that will accommodate their life, that I guess I intuit. You know, because sometimes people aren't good at explaining. Like I did have a meeting with a client tomorrow. She showed me all the plants that she loves, that she wants me to plant. But in doing her design, I came up, well, in knowing her, she's not a good person with maintenance. So she's not going to take care of the garden. And, you know, everything she picked out was high maintenance plants and everything. So
it wasn't me, right?
No. And so she's going to be surprised tomorrow when I meet with her and say, this is what you need. She lives on the ground floor condominium and everyone can walk by and look in. So she wants plants that she can look out her window and look at the plants, but her shades are never open.
Hmm.
So I'm like, you need plants that are going to cover at least up to 5 feet of your window, so people can't from the street can't look in.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know this yet. I'll be telling her tomorrow.
So she's living her truth.
Yeah.
The Moldavite helped her get out of the old house and into the new. And because she had to move to the new one, which she didn't want to, but she knew she needed to, she was able to start her business and put her on her path. So in her astrology chart, it shows that she's supposed to be spiritually working with the earth and raising the vibration and helping people raise their vibration. So by planting and designing gardens and courtyards, I mean, when I sit out in my courtyard, I feel like I can exhale. And the plants and the colors and everything, it's a form of therapy. It really is. It heals. So you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. But you did when Moldavite pushed you, you took that energy and you ran with it. You look for the synchronicities. But anyway, placed on the heart, Moldavite uncovers the reasons and the purpose for why you're here, just like it did for Martha. And it eases. This may sound a little deep, but it eases the homesicknesses for those who still on their soul remember heaven or remember the other side, because a lot of us still retain the memory somewhere in our soul recall. We don't hear, but there's this need to create beauty in the home. Okay, and the home is sacred. Moldavite works extremely well in combination with other stones, very much so quartz, clear quartz, lapis, black tourmaline. Black tourmaline will help with the grounding, okay? It's a good stone for meditation and dream work. It's good for psychic ability, good for spiritual awakening. It also gives the ability to connect with ascended masters and cosmic messengers and draw on that light vibration. But it is one of the most beneficial stones for ascension and illumination. It really lifts your vibration and brings them to light. Most of the time, Moldavite is very overpriced. I shouldn't say overpriced because the mines are drying up, but it is expensive. The pendants that we have are normally going to be $99 to like $159 in a jewelry store or at a gem show. Like I said, we were able to negotiate for $59, and that's what we've been trying to keep it at for many years. And it is set in silver. I don't know if we have 100 pieces left, but anybody that's ordering tonight will get a free Maria and Joe Show mask for the first 25. So make sure that you get on there and do that. But I will tell you that there are also some other birth signs, birth dates that are going to benefit very much from Moldavite too. If you are working with the angelic realm, and anybody can use Moldavite. When I give these specific birth dates, it doesn't mean that it's going to work better for these birth dates, but it's going to work better for these birth dates if they work with the angelic realm. If your birthday falls in any one of the following periods, Moldavite is a valuable link to your guardian angel, because there are certain angels that are partial to the Moldavite energy. So the Moldavite these people have an easier time connecting with their angels if they have Moldavite. And it's September 3rd through the 7th. So if you have a birthday, September 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and you're working with angels, the Moldavite is going to be very potent for that link. September 8th through the 12th is another angel. December 27th through the 31st. March 31st through April 4th. June 6th through the 10th. And January 1st through the 5th. So again, before we wrap up, if we have time for questions, we'll take them. When you first get your Moldavite, wear it between your throat and your heart chakra for 3 days. You will not need to cleanse your Moldavite piece when you get it, because we will have already Reiki'd it, cleansed it for you. And you will need to recharge and cleanse your Moldavite once a month, though, after you wear it under the full moon, or you can sage it or put it on a piece of selenite or kyanite, okay? Wear it for the first 3 days, but if it's too much energy, do not sleep with it. Put it on your nightstand. And after you have experienced enough changes, remember, it puts you on your destined path. It helps you meet the right people. You may want to take it off for a while and put it on when you need more changes. I have not worn my Moldavite necklace probably for a good 4 or 5 months. Joe wears my Moldavite necklace more often than I do. And I saw it yesterday or no, I saw it like 3-4 days ago when I got back home here to Louisiana. And I thought, I'm going to wear that. I'm ready for change. Everything has been so stagnant with the COVID-19. I'm ready to see where the universe wants to send me next. And I put it on. And then all of a sudden I thought, I'm supposed to do this webinar. I'm supposed to share this information with other people. So this is where the Moldavite is directing me to teach a little bit more about it. So again, we have it on our website at mariashaw.com. The link is up there. You can order tonight, and then we're going to make it available for the public in a big way. So we're letting my star scopers and my friends and the clients get first dibs, and you tonight as well. We just got this in today. So does anybody have any questions? Greg, can we take any questions? Anybody want to type anything?
We can't.
Oh, can't hear you, Greg.
Yeah, my mic was muted. I apologize. You know, I talk all loud, so I try to keep that on lock. But some people were asking if there's nickel inside of the pendant.
From what I have been told, this is a new lot. There is no nickel in there. It is sterling silver.
There you go, guys. I know some of you said y'all had someone you wanted to buy it for who was allergic, but there's no nickel in this. Maria, before we get questions, I think it's a great opportunity since we have about 220 people on right now. You want to talk about somebody's birthday that's coming up? Maria's birthday.
You're thinking like I am. It's my birthday, but I'm going to have a party for y'all. Okay. It's going to be on my birthday, June 27th. It's going to be a treat yourself day. And we are moving out a lot of our old past season stuff and some new stuff too. We're going to have some big deals and sales. We won't have it on the Moldavite, but we're going to have bundle sales. We're going to have gifts with purchase. So it's going to be a big party, and it's going to be on my birthday next Saturday. And you can register for it. So make sure that you join in the fun. We may bring on some special guests. We're going to have kind of like a little party time. I'm hoping that Joe will make me a butter pecan cake. Martha will be celebrating at a distance. She won't be with us in Michigan, but she'll be with us in spirit. So make sure that you tune in for that. And please register for my birthday bash. It's a treat yourself day. And even though it's my party, I'm going to be giving and offering gifts to you.
That's awesome. I figured it would be a great time to talk about that. Y'all just chime glasses, man. Like, I mean, somebody should have at least told me that we could drink right now, because I'd have a glass going.
You don't need permission. You're in Louisiana, right?
That's true. That's very true. So can you wear Moldavite and lapis together, Maria?
Yes. I think it's great to wear Moldavite and lapis together, because here's the thing. If you have lapis, and we do have, I think, 52 bracelets left on our website right now. I was checking it before we got on tonight. And lapis is good for grounding, but it's also good for people like Martha, because she's an Aquarius, that are going through heavy Saturn transits. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo need to be wearing lapis, because it diffuses a lot of the heavy-handed Saturn and the challenges that you're all having. And lapis for these 4 signs needs to be worn between now and March 8th of 2023.
Okay. You know, a lot of people, and I see the cost of the pendant that we have up right now. Several people have asked about bracelets, Moldavite bracelets.
They are very
expensive. Would be expensive.
Yeah, you're going to end up spending. We've had them before, and they're close to $300, and that was a good buy. That was a good buy. And they're set in silver. I do have some rings, but I don't have them on the website. Debbie Harden has 6 rings in our possession. They're polished and faceted, and they're pretty good sized stones, a carat or more, and heavy silver. They run anywhere from $85 to maybe $140. And if you're interested in a ring, you can contact Debbie. They can be sized, but most of them are anywhere from size 8, 9, and there might be a 10 in there, but you can have them sized.
That's good. So it doesn't come with a chain, right? But from what you're saying, it sounds like your pendants are really reasonably priced then, if that's the case.
Yeah, and we don't send them with a chain, because most people like to put them on with their other jewelry. And I do have some people that have bought the faceted Moldavite. And wouldn't it be nice to have the raw piece and the faceted, especially if you're gotten used to the energy of the faceted one? Then you buy the raw and put it next to it, and you wear them both at the same time. Wow, you've got whole new energy. You've got all that. You've got extra energy of Moldavite, and in a way, a larger larger weight, larger, more energy to work with to raise that vibration. But that's only if you already have a piece. Do you want to combine them? Because when you first start, you just want to wear the one piece to get used to the energy.
And somebody asked that. They said they had I just went blank. They had a rough piece, a faceted piece, and then they wanted the rough piece, and they were asking if it were different. So it sounds like it is.
Yeah, the rough piece is a raw piece. It's not going to be uncomfortable. It's set in a nice setting. And then I think the faceted also was set in silver if you had that piece. Faceteds are a little bit more expensive, but we try to keep all of them low. I really do work with these distributors, and have worked with Alex from Russia for many, many years. So he handpicks what I need. We talk over the phone. I look at the pictures. A lot of times I will handpick the product, but I've been working with him for so long, and with the COVID, I wanted to make sure that I got these out while we can. People need this stone more than ever right now.
Yeah, they're actually asking. They said they like the pendant and stuff like that, but does it come in just the stone, something to put in your pocket?
No, we don't. But they could just put the pendant in their pocket.
Okay.
You could just put the pendant in your pocket if you didn't want to wear it. But I would say if you have other pieces of semi-precious or precious gemstones, it would be wonderful to wear with it. Wouldn't it be? A diamond would accentuate the energy. The Moldavite would accentuate the energy of the diamond.
Beautiful. I miss my piece.
You're gonna have to get another
one.
Yes,
I don't want to. I was hoping you had them here.
Well, we have about 85 left there, Martha.
Oh, good.
So, what about, you said you had to recharge it, Maria, and I know we talked about this in the past, but this person has a moonstone and Moldavite pendants. Is it the same thing? You put it on the windowsill, moonlight on the selenite?
Yeah, you can put the Moldavite piece on the selenite stick, or even the selenite sticks. Let's talk about those, because the selenite sticks will help cleanse your jewelry. A lot of people have purchased the window sticks, and they put them on their windowsills to raise the vibration in the home, the selenite. So they've bought in 5 sticks. I think we had them in a bundle for a sale price, and they put them in all their windowsills. Perfect idea. Put your Moldavite on top of the selenite and leave it multi-use, right? Multitask. Leave it on for 24 hours or overnight, and it will cleanse the Moldavite.
So say this, Maria. A lot of people continue to ask if you can wear with a certain type of stone. Is there any stone that you can't wear this with?
No, because Moldavite raises the vibration of all the other stones. The only thing I would guard against is if you have too much energy, because the Moldavite's a high energy stone anyhow. If you feel, and again, I don't feel like I'm coming out of my skin anymore, like I can't be grounded. It was a real weird feeling. And because I'm used to the energy. But the first 3 days, I would not wear it with any other stones. Just use the Moldavite, because it's you have to get adjusted to its energy. I had one lady that said she'd been wearing her Moldavite. She took it off one day and she started bumping into walls. She was so used to being at a higher vibration that it was weird not having. I mean, this stuff works.
And somebody actually corrected me when I said 80 something. We're down to 62. We started at 100. So that means they're going fast.
Well,
but
61, because she's going to get one.
Yeah, Martha, actually, you spoke about this and they kind of want some clarification. So basically you lost your pendant, and Maria said since you had lost it, that meant it was done with you. Kind of elaborate more on that. They want clarification. What's that?
I had a lot of change go on. I don't think I could have handled anything more at the time.
So it was truly done with you. That means it's time to get another one, or?
I feel like it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I think that if you lose a stone, that means that it's done everything that it could for you. That specific piece, I'm not saying Moldavite, I'm saying that specific stone that you had chosen has done its job for you. It's no longer going to work for you like it once did. It's meant to be passed on to someone else, and somebody else probably found it. Sometimes crystals find us. But if you find that your Moldavite has kind of stopped working, then and you keep recharging it and it stopped working, then it's time to trade it in and get a new piece. Joe gets a new piece of Moldavite once a year, usually on his birthday or on the new year. And a lot of times he'll go through a lot of changes, and then there'll be nothing for a while, then he'll wear it, there'll be more changes. Again, you want to roll with the flow, but you also want to kind of control the timing of the changes. Because like she said, she had too much at one time. Yeah. It was like,
I need to settle down. It's been 2 years now. I'm ready to pick up again. get going.
Yeah, and I haven't had the Moldavite for a while on, and now I'm wearing it again because with everything that's been happening and we being on lockdown, I need to work with the universe and say, okay, send me somewhere. Where am I supposed to go? Put something in my path.
So it's not necessarily you find it whenever it's ready to work with you again. It's you feel it's ready, and then you get yourself another one.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
Joe will get one pretty much every year, and then we will cleanse and recharge. And we have a friend that likes to buy the Moldavite that I have worn or Joe's worn. They like our vibration, so they'll want to buy our Moldavite from us, and then we'll get a new piece. So it's recycled in a good way.
So, and you said recharge. If somebody's asking the frequency of that's a monthly thing, is it whenever you feel it's a lull or what?
Yeah, whenever you feel it's a lull, but I always suggest if you have a lot of changes and a lot of drama in your life to cleanse your stones once a month on the full moon. Recharge them then.
Awesome. Well, guys, if you have any other questions, please put them out there because that's all the ones that I had right now. Maria, we'll give it about 30 seconds because that's the delay from us to them. But it's been fantastic tonight. Martha, it's good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
Cheers, Greg. Thank you for doing this with us. You know, we should do like maybe have everybody join us maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks and pop open their favorite bottle of wine and just have like a wine and jewelry show or something. Just sit back and talk crystals and talk gemstones. And we just all get together and we talk about how they work for us and show some of the new stuff. And I think that would be fun, don't you?
Yeah, I love that idea. I just bought a wine cooler and it's stocked, so I'm good to go.
Woo!
Living large.
So remember, everybody, if you want the Moldavite, it's at mariashaw.com. The links are up. You're going to be able to get, and the other thing is we're going to send you a couple pictures of some Moldavite. So Debbie's going to do this once you get the order, and she'll let you pick your Moldavite piece from 5 or 6 pieces. You'll be able to pick it, and then she's also going to send you that free gift. But you have to order it tonight to get the free gift, and you have to order it tonight to be able to pick your own Moldavite piece. If you wait until tomorrow, we're going to send you what we have left. So if you see something that you like, you know, you're going to be working with Debbie tonight on picking from maybe about 5, 6 pieces. You'll be able to pick your own. That's important. That's important too.
Debbie watching?
Debbie's watching, I'm sure.
Hi, Debbie.
Oh yeah, Debbie's here. She's been helping me answer some questions out there. So.
So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Miss Martha. We appreciate you all. Enjoy the Moldavite. Wear it with good health and be open to the changes. And thanks again, Greg. Happy Father's Day to you.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that wind down with Maria. Have a good one.